Have you lined up the right coaches? Do you have the right guys to pull the trigger on this? Holy cow. This coaching staff, if this team ends up 9-8, there'll be firings like you wouldn't believe. Welcome back. National Football Show. Big Sales, please hit the like button. You guys have been spectacular. And I will tell you this. This is your day of optimism. And it's real. This is not fool's gold. Not when you're adding 24-year-old starters for late-round picks. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. By the way, top of the hour, we'll update the releases and the official 53-man roster for the Philadelphia Eagles. Ty asked the question over here, hey, Dan, how does all these teams and all these other teams have all these enormous contracts and we have two, maybe can't afford anything, and we're being like a $4.9 billion net worth? Ty, the New England Patriots built that dynasty over 20 years by not spending a lot of money. There weren't enormous contracts in New England. Daniel Snyder spent an entire decade bringing players into Washington, and it resulted into nothing. How many times did Al Davis back in the day bring in free agents, and he brought them in, and they equated to nothing? This is about chemistry and addressing needs. This is the thing that has made what Roseman has done this offseason here is spectacular. There's not an area on the football team that he's not addressed that needed to be addressed. There were holes everywhere on the football team. There were holes everywhere. Xander, put that graphic up. Look at this thing. I mean, look at this. I mean, this guy's the Grim Reaper, man. This guy's the Grim Reaper of general managers. And when you put a poll out there that says that he's the least trustworthy, great. Great. I don't want my general manager being butt buddies with everybody. I want him going out making moves to make my team better. Howie Roseman doesn't give a shit about cutting a good deal for your team. He cares about cutting a good deal for his team. It's great. Again, devil's advocate here. My problem with him is it's not really this. Now, again, watch this. Someone goes, Sills, what about the 2020 draft? I get it. Jalen Hurts and Quez and the rest of them, I don't know. Every GM has got those, though. And now since he's gotten this, I'll tell you what, since he's gotten this 3-year contract extension, that's a different dude. Isn't it also seem to be this? Since they got rid of Doug, is Howie better? Is Howie a better general manager right now since they got rid of Doug? Right? Am I wrong? Dude, they gave that guy a 3-year contract extension, and this guy is like he's the Wizard of Oz going out and making these deals. Since Doug Peterson has left that building, hey, you know what, too? I bet you Doug's going to be a better coach in Jacksonville, too. Because these guys are going to be the captains of their own ship. You had 2 captains in the building. And it collided with one another. Owner picked. Did he pick right? We'll find out. Because here, as much as we're giving Howie Roseman love today, can I be a little objective here? You think he picked the right coaches? You think he's picked the right coaches for his roster? You know how we always say, not everything collides in the right path, and all of a sudden you have the perfect storm. Like 2017 was the perfect storm for the Eagles. Okay? It was the perfect storm. Things worked and it magically fell and earned. Wasn't some stupid thing where you went, man, I was just a luck catch like the Tyree, like the helmet Velcro catch with Eli. No one's talking. They kicked their ass in that Super Bowl. They kicked their ass. Okay? Have you lined up the right coaches? Do you have the right guys to pull the trigger on this? Holy cow. This coaching staff, if this team ends up 9-8, there'll be firings like you wouldn't believe. You have an A roster now. You know why it's not A+? Let's see the quarterback play. Let's see. Can I tell you this? If Jalen Hurts runs through the tape, this will be the greatest offseason I've ever seen for a team. You built the freaking team. No, I'm going to make a comparison to you. I just got goosebumps. There were two other examples. Xander, listen to me on this. There were two other examples on when we saw this last. Do you know when they were? Where we saw something just like this? History does repeat itself. This is when it's happened. Tom Brady on a 6th-round contract. They trade Bledsoe, and they were so confident that Brady was the guy. They traded him in the division. They sent him to the Bills in the AFC East. And they had just signed him to a $100 million deal. But what was the secret sauce in that? Brady was on a 6th-round contract. The Patriots could build that roster. O-line. Okay? The Nate Solders and all those guys. They were able to build that team. Then the quarterback's contract came up, and he was ready to take over the team and turn the Wes Welkers, who were special teams guys in Miami, into stars. No-name wideouts, Edelman and Amendola, because you had a star quarterback. Another place it happened was Seattle. Remember that quarterback that they had from Green Bay, Matt Flynn? They gave him a $17 million signing bonus because they needed a quarterback. They drafted this guy out of the Wisconsin who had transferred from NC State on a 3rd-round deal. What did that give them the ability to do? Michael Bennett's, Cam Chancellor's, Richard Sherman's. They built that Legion of Boom on that side of the ball. Because why? They weren't spending a ton of money on the quarterback. Howie's in that same room. Now the question is, does Jalen turn into Brady and Russell Wilson? Meaning success. Because if that happens, you will be a dynasty. Those were two teams that dominated the AFC and NFC for a decade because of that single move where the head coach and the organization went just like this. I'm going with the latter guy because money is going to help us build the roster around him. But here's the difference. Howie's got 2 first-rounders next year. They're like satellites circling the earth. They're just there. The Eagles have a chance this year. If they push this thing through, I'll tell you something else. If that guy, Nick Sirianni, and his coaching staff can't get it done, there's a dude that would look at that and go, tell you what, he drafted Taysom Hill. Wonder what Sean Payton would do in Philly. Every coach in their right mind will want to coach the Philadelphia Eagles with the talent that they have constructed on that team now. Now you've not only made it conducive for free agents to want to go, now you're doing this too. You got assistant and head coaches doing this now. Hey, man. How about Philly? Jalen Reagor and Andre Dillard are both on the 53-man roster. That's not that much of a surprise. We'll take a look at that, and we'll see if we can get it all posted here at the top. I got to take a timeout. I want to hit the running backs. I want to go through the NFC East, and I'm going to show you how, if you're Dallas, you're afraid right now, Philly. Hit the like button, hour 2. Keep it here on the National Football Show.